I'm Chip Townsend, and this is the Team Chip Podcast. All right, guys, welcome back to the Team Chip Podcast. Let's talk a little bit about why summer can possibly expose weak culture, systems, things like that. You know, summertime comes, and historically in the martial arts industry, summertime comes and attendance dips off. You know, summer hits and routines fall off and momentum slows and just all these things can happen. But summer isn't always the problem. Sometimes the problem already exists, and summer just exposes and kind of exacerbates it. So like a strong culture holds and a weak culture will fail. Strong systems will hold, weak systems will fail. So summertime doesn't really create the problem again. It sometimes can help to expose that problem. And so things in the summer that, you know, what does that look like? You know, attendance drops, but there's not like a sense of urgency to do something about it. Attendance drops and it's just kind of like, it is what it is. It's summertime. Now, if you can afford to do that, you know, good on you. But I think most people running a martial arts school, especially full-time making a living, they are going to feel a little more sense of urgency, like, oh, attendance is dropping off. What am I going to do about that, right? You know, students are missing. There's no follow-up, no systems in place. Parents, this is another one that's challenging, is parents treat training like it's optional. I know it kind of is because they're paying for the training, but for us, we feel like it should be mandatory. Like we're building life skills and teaching self-defense and martial arts skills. And so I don't feel like it's optional. You know, my kids didn't get an option, and I'm not saying every kid should have to do it, but there are a few things kids need to learn how to do, and one of them is swim, and one's defend themselves, right? You know, staff energy can dip, standards can loosen over the summer, classes can lose structure and focus, and again, all kind of based on, it's summertime, we're slumping, or you're so emotional and panicked you don't know what to do, and so you're not your best and you're off your game. You know, why does this stuff happen? No clear plan, no good systems in place, no clear expectations around summer or the cycles of the year. And it's not just summer, but summer being kind of a 2-3 month window can really expose things because that's an extended period of potentially low attendance and loss of income over a period of time. Leaders can assume consistency instead of setting consistency. And it's important. Again, I'm kind of beating the drum of systems and culture having, everything in place. It's easier to kind of relax and as opposed to reinforce. Follow-up and accountability can drop, things like that. And I don't know about you, but, summertime hits and we go from kind of not so great weather to this beautiful sunny weather. And you find yourself kind of looking out the window going, oh, I want to be out there doing something, but I got a class of kids or a class of adult students, whatever, that I've got to deal with. We can be the problem too. And so we need to make sure that heading into these cycles where things can dip on us. I'm not saying they always will, but can dip on us. And I think historically I can, after, 30 plus years of running the school, I can say historically summers can be a dip and they can kind of catch you off guard and catch you by surprise. So we need to have, again, strong culture and strong systems. Attendance will stay more consistent whenever you have strong systems. And I'll kind of explain this in a minute. Parents, communicate better. Students stay more engaged. Staff's energy stays high because we've kind of planned ahead and we know what to look for and know how to keep the expectations up. Standards don't change. Summer is an opportunity. It's not always a break. It's an opportunity to look for new ways to learn, new ways to market, new ways to keep ourselves relevant in the lives of our students. Because you know what? Every day, if you're not staying relevant some way to your students, they're not going to vote for you with their dollars and stay in your organization and stay with your place. So, what are some things that we can do to tighten this up? Pre-summertime, I'm using summer as the example that's kind of a slump time for you. You're setting expectations early. You're kind of pre-framing. If you have a team, you're pre-framing them like, hey, summer can slow down. When we come in, we've got to be in the moment at our best always. We've got to teach high energy classes, whether it's 5 or 50 on the mat. Communicating with parents and kind of getting ahead of the curve. For instance, hey, parents, I know summer's coming. A lot of you guys will be taking some vacations. come talk to us about that now so we can kind of front load your classes a little bit, get little Johnny, little Susie into class a little more now, maybe an extra day or two a week, so that they don't feel behind when they take that 2 weeks off, so they don't have to miss out on as much curriculum, because we can kind of preload a little bit. So really it's about planning ahead. It's also about letting the parents know it's okay for them to miss a couple of weeks, but we really want them. We love those guys on the mat, and we want them to come back and do it again. We want to keep it relevant for them. And also so important that we're showing them that we're willing to be the ones that are flexible a little bit for them, because every family needs to take some time off and stuff. And sometimes you'll have families that have their own family in another country, and they'll take like a whole month or the whole summer off. But pre-frame it, talk with the parents, communicate with them, give the students a goal over the summer, improve your push-ups, improve your side kicks and roundhouses through the summer, give them homework on that, challenge them with ways that they can bring back and show you a video of them doing, their form or doing their self-defenses on the beach, things like that. But give the students goals ahead of time. So when you're heading into these slumps, be thinking ahead. How can we counteract that? Again, I'm going to say it again. Set the expectations earlier. Pre-frame your instructors and your team. Begin to communicate heavily with the parents like, hey, parents, when kids are out for a couple of weeks, they can feel behind. Let them know it's okay they're not. Preload their classes a little bit. Get some extra classes in now. By the way, if you're going to miss an entire month, we'll do two, and I'm just kind of spitballing. We do things a certain way. You do things a certain way. We'll do a couple of private lessons with them when they come back to kind of get them back on the horse and get them back in the groove, so they don't have to feel like that they're lost and behind. So just plan ahead, communicate well, try to help the parents to know it's, number one, it's okay to miss. Number two, you have a plan in place. Again, kind of back to that preloading the classes, or when you come back, we'll do a couple of private lessons, or however you want to make that work. The cool thing is you kind of get to write the rules, but make sure that the rules are fair for you and for them. And you can kind of overcome some of these summer slump or these slump times by having again, strong culture and systems in place. Summer can reveal to us, that holes in systems and habits and leadership. Just make sure that you're staying on top of that and staying in front of it and preparing them for those down times. Another thing too, around summer, it's an opportunity to go out and get in the community a little more. Like a lot of times in your area, there'll be city Y care type programs that are a little lower cost, but they're full of kids that parents need a place for the kids to go while they go to work during the summer. And we go around to those every summer and do multiple demos and then like a mini class with the kids in there. The staff at those places love it because for, hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, we're handling the kids for them. We love it because it gives us an opportunity to get in front of the kids, expose them to positive martial arts, to get our brand in front of them. So when they think, hey, mom, dad, I want to do martial arts, hopefully you're the first one to come to mind. So there's so many things in this summertime, again, that the opportunities are there. If you're willing to put in the elbow grease, plan ahead, look for opportunities. Another thing to think about is sometimes you could be, a lot of times the martial arts will run summer camps to offset the downtime a little bit. Like, we'll run some summer camps, pour a little extra into our students, give them a place to go while the parents at work. So we're thinking that way, right? Well, what if you were, for other camps in your town, a trip? In other words, there's a gymnastics school doing a summer camp and they're doing a week-long camp, and you reach out and go, hey, we'd be happy for you to bring your campers over and we'll do an hour and a half, whatever, martial arts with them, right? Give them something a little different. That's a value add for their camp, but an opportunity for you to serve another group of kids. Now, were you going to make money off that? No. But what you're going to do is you're going to get front of mind, service, team with another business in town. There's just so many positive opportunities for you out there if you're willing to kind of dig into those when you're heading into those slump times. But again, having systems in place, automations in your CRM that reach out to people when they don't check in for classes, this is the most important, a live, real person reaching out to them whenever they don't make it to classes. So, but anyway, plan ahead, communicate ahead well with the parents, letting them know, because sometimes, we've had tons of students quit through the year because, well, they don't want to come back because they feel behind their friends. because they missed 2 weeks or they missed a month for something in a summer. And so it is a time when people slump for you to lose them if you don't have a plan in place to give them a sense of urgency to come back and to let them know that you care and want them back. So anyway, don't let summer or slump times get you down. Don't look at it and go, oh no, the slump is coming. Look at it and go, okay, opportunity. How can we maximize this? And what kind of things can we have in place to get in front of more people, serve more kids outside of our venue? Like I said, going to these other day camps and daycares and doing things for them. Man, it's just a positive all around when you do those things. Again, you're in front of the kids, you're teaming with other businesses in your town that absolutely love having partners and other people that they can lean on. And then guess what? Someone comes to one of these Y cares, a pre-K, something that you're working with, and they go, I'm thinking about martial arts, and who are they going to send them to? They're going to send them to you. And so this is kind of playing the long game as well. Overcoming the slumps, have summer camps in place, have plans for these things, but also connecting in your community with other business. So don't let your lack of systems, lack of planning, and lack of culture hold you down. Let it be an opportunity. So have a strong culture and plans in place, and let what would normally be a slump time be an opportunity for you to grow, improve your service, etc. So hopefully you got a couple of nuggets out of that. I know it was a little short blast, but summertime is kind of coming for us. I'm not going to date myself here, but just front of mind, like, what do we do to not, because used to summer kicked us in the teeth every year, and it took us some time to figure out, okay, we can hustle around this. It also took us connecting with other people. You can connect with us, Teamship Curriculum Solutions, and we can help you if you really want some help to take your school from, cyclical up and down to a much more stable and steady business throughout the year. And we'd love to help you. And there are other groups out there that are amazing that are going to be happy to help you as well. So hopefully you got some nuggets out of that, something that will help you to move the needle in a better way with your business. If you're young in the business and you're struggling up and down, hold on, man. Keep fighting for it. You can make it happen. Just look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Thank you for tuning into the Team Chip Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget, subscribe, share, and or leave a review, because we need you. We appreciate you so much. And without you, we can't make this happen. Remember, consistency is the key to success. So go out there and never be outworked.